Mr. Michael Olafusi, the best Excel user in Nigeria.
I just want to comment that your first name is Oga Ayodeji, that so that we don't keep twisting your last name. So,
the first name is Ayodeji.
Yes. Okay, so Temina, you can carry on. I just wanted to just.
Okay, so Michael, thank you for that. So, Mr. Ayodeji, right? So, I'll start right about now. Good day, everyone. Good day, good morning, wherever you're in the world. Welcome to another Power BI section brought to you by your business. So, for today's topic, we'll be having text analysis in Power Query. So, our special guest is Ayodeji Folarin. He's also a Microsoft MVP, MCT, and MBA. So, this session was brought together by the collaboration between Enterprise Journey and your business. So Enterprise Journey, the main goal is empowering Power BI users to change the world. So it's a very big community. Also, this session was brought to you by your business. I'll just give a brief description about what we do in your business company. So your business is a registered Microsoft Excel consulting, financial modeling, business intelligence, data analysis, and enterprise solution firm in Nigeria. We specialize in helping companies and high-value professionals be on top of their business data. Also, we're the developer of some very cool and special tools, such as Nigerian finance market analysis tools, which can be found in Microsoft Office and also some Excel platforms. So as you all know, we're also a training company here in Lagos, Nigeria. So this is our calendar for upcoming training. So on the 4th of July, we'll be having finance and financial statement for non-finance managers. Also on this 12th of July, we'll be having Python for data analysis. So if that's some of you that are into, we'll be having Python data analysis training. Also on the 15th of July, we'll be having big data analysis, Power Query, Power Pivot, and VBA. That's Visual Basic Application. That's for some of you that are codes in Excel. So I'll just give a brief profile about our special guest. He's also an MVP and also someone that we all look up to. So he has over 23 years in computing. He's also focused in data platform solution across Microsoft Azure and also Office 365. He has helped many companies to migrate their system to the cloud and get insights from their data source for the past 10 years. He has passion for teaching and community engagement. He loves to travel for work and also engaging local user group. He's skilled in Excel, Microsoft Access, SQL Server, Power BI, MSBI, and also Azure SQL, and also so many Microsoft packages. So with no further ado, I want to over the session to Mr. Ayodeji Folarin. So, Mr. Over to you. I'll stop sharing my screen now.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dayo. So, without wasting much time, I'm going to share my own screen. And thank you for the opportunity given to me to speak on your platform. And I strongly believe today we're going to learn lot of things around test analytics. If you can see my screen, please let me know. Is my screen up?
Yes, it's visible. Awesome. It's awesome.
So we are looking at a topic titled Test Analytics in Power Query. So, and well introduced. So the moderator actually introduced me. I think I can move on to the next slide. Now, we are all used to Power BI. We have been doing a lot of analysis within Power BI. We've been doing Power Query. We've been doing lots of things on visualization. But today, I will not going to do anything in Power Visualization, but I'm going to limit myself to Power Query. Now, even within Power Query, I'm going to talk about AI Transformer in Power Query. Now, this AI Transformer in Power Query, what exactly does it mean and how does it work? Majorly, this will do three things for us. The AI Transformer in Power Query will help us do things around test analytics, vision. Maybe there's two pictures you want to compare, or you want to read a picture and tell you what you can see in the picture, and so on. It can also do things around your machine learning. All your machine learning model on Azure, you can actually put them into Power Query within Power BI and do lots of things on it to do predictive analysis for you. Now, When we talk about test analytics, please, the scope of the work will be around test analytics. Please, let's understand the scope. And what exactly is test analytics? There are three things we'll be looking at today. So today is so short, so brief. So let's see how far we can go. We'll be talking about language detection. Somebody, you have on your database a particular test. You don't even know the language they use. Is it English language? Is it French? Is the language in Dutch? I don't care the language. I can pull it into test analytics and it will tell me this is actually this particular language. Or you have a huge test running to several characters or several words. I need the key phrase to be pulled out from there. I don't need to stress myself. I can expose this to test analytics within Power Query, and it's going to tell me the key phrase it can pull out from there. And finally, it can help me do sentiment analysis. You put a tweet online, and people are reacting to your tweet. And before you know it, you have about 3 million reactions. You cannot read 3 million posts or reaction. I want to quickly do a score sentiment. Help me pull up those figures and help me read them through and give me the values. So that's what we call the sentiment analysis. So to do sentiment analysis here is as simple as A, B, C. So I'll be doing this three within 30 minutes. So let me see how I can spend 10 minutes on each of them. And we can spend time to ask questions, I can interact, and we can answer a lot of questions you might have around test analytics or around Power BI generally. So without wasting much time, let's go straight into the demo session. Okay, so can you still hear me? I'm running. Oh, let me open Power BI. Power BI, good. So come on, Power BI, let's have you up on the screen now. Now, as my Power BI is loading, let me also go to the data set we'll be using today. So permit me to show us these data sets. I don't know, can I share data sets on the platform in case we have some people that wants to follow immediately? Tell me that.
Okay, you can send to webinar at your BZH.
Okay, webinar at, let me quickly see if I can send this data set and this presentation slide.
I'll send you the link, webinar at yourbz.com. Okay. Or you can send to Ifeanyi's email, anyone you prefer.
Ifeanyi, did you send me an email?
Oh, no, you can send to me maybe on LinkedIn and I will put it in a drive and quickly send it to you.
Okay. Just it says it's Jireh.
I'll send it to the webinar.
I know Ifeanyi is on my LinkedIn. Good. So let me attach the document here.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's on C community. So attach the documents. Come on. C community folder. Where's community folder here? Okay. So data sets should go. And also the PowerPoint should go.
Okay.
So the PowerPoint should go. Oh, what am I doing? Come on. Attach the PowerPoint slide. Good. You have my data set. You have the PowerPoint slide in case you want to follow. So it's just simple process. And I promise I won't spend more than 30 minutes on each of them. So I've opened up my Power BI, and this is the data set. Look at this funny data we received. So it's actually a review on our products. So we have serial number. So we have the test in English, and we have the test in their native language, which I don't know. This is English, I can read this. This is another language entirely. Sincerely, I don't know which language is that we have here. Item number 2. I wish I can know the language. Which language do you use for this?
Sorry, I'm not yet. I've not gotten the data set yet.
Oh,
So I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
I forgot to hit send. So there
Yeah,
is
I don't think
this
you.
sorry, what's wrong with me?
I don't think you
You should
press
have
end,
it now.
sir. Is it different? Okay.
Do you have it now?
Okay. Yes, I have it now. I have it now.
Thank
Yes, I
you
have it
very
now.
much. Don't mind me. Okay, so this data set here, I don't know this language. I guess most of other ones here, they are also in English. This is not English. Definitely, this is not English language. I wish like knowing the language, their native language. And how can I know the native language? Okay, I can guess this. This should be Arabic, but don't quote me. It's just an assumption that is Arabic. But I need to expose this to test analysis within Power Query to tell me those languages used. Long list. So that is one. So knowing the language, I can know the country these people are from because this is their native language. Number two, I can even ask Microsoft Test Analytics within Power Query to read the whole test. This test is too long. Let me see how many. Let me wrap this column. Under home, where is wrap? Can you beat this? This is too much. I can't read this. I just need something from Power Query Editor. Help me read through what they have here and give me the key phrase, the key values here. Put them out. That's number two. Number three, help me read and rate this score here. Did this review, is it positive or negative? Quickly help me do all these things. Now, without writing a single line of code, I want to get all these things done. So I hope the case study, the scope of the work is clear. So if it's not clear, just drop a message for me so that the scope, I can go over it again. Oh, somebody says Spanish. Well, I don't know, but let's assume it's Spanish. But don't worry, by the time we are done with what I want to do, then you will think I understand every language that exists. Okay, so let me close this guy. Good. Save. Yeah, save or don't save. Which one should I? Don't bother to save. So let me close this. All I need to do, the first thing we do when we want to work on any data set is to get our data. Get data. This data should be Excel or CSV. Let me quickly confirm. This is Excel workbook. So that is that. Microsoft Excel worksheets. So it's an Excel file. So please help me grab the Excel file. From where? From, oh, I'm already there. Client, community, good. So data set, this is the file. Please grab this file for me. I'm okay. So immediately I click on OK, it's going to establish a connection to that data source. Great, I have this. Oh, I have two data sets here. So review, it should be this. It should be this. Let me preview it. Exactly, this is what I want to work on. Good. Let me pick it and say transform the data set for me. So go ahead and transform. Why did I click on transform? I'm not loading it. I don't want to even have anything to do with Power BI today. Everything I want to do based on the course content is Power Query. Let me click here, and this takes me straight to the Power Query editor. Now, as you can see, this is my Power Query editor, and this data set we have here is telling me I've opened this last 2 days. Just refresh in case there's any change or there's any update. Now, with what I have here, this is my data set, and I would like to do what we call test analytics. We have been doing transformation, like change the type, right click, and do some cool transformation, like replace value and all those stuff. That's not why we are here today. We are here for something special. That is this category here. Under home, look at the extreme end of your Power Query editor. You will see test analytics, vision, and Azure machine learning. Like I rightly said, we are not doing these three. We're only doing one out of the three today. That is test analytics. So permit me to click on my test analytics. So just be on the data set you want to work on and click on test analytics. Good. So once you go on to test analytics, please test analytics may not allow you to go in if you don't have a license. So please, you need to sign in with your license so that you'll be able to help you access the AI platform. Because all these things are the AI you have on the Power BI or Azure. So it needs you to be able to log in into those areas and check out all the details. So this is trying to connect. I hope I actually signed in. Can you confirm that so that that will not be a... I've not signed in. Oh, that's a showstopper. So though it's still going to pop up and tell me to sign in. Or should I stop this and quickly sign in? Come on, test analytics.
So someone's asking what kind of license?
No, just have your pro license. Good. Okay. So please, I'm happy. I've clicked on the test analytics and it's telling me that I can do one of these three things. So look at the bottom. I have my license, by default, and my premium per user license. So, but I think with your pro license, you should be able. Premium capacity used for AI insight. Oh, I hope it's not premium license. So if you don't have premium license, I hope this will not stop you. But let's just try it out and let's have your feedback. Because I'm on premium license, maybe that's why it's not holding me back. But let me continue my analysis. So if you don't have premium license, that would be a showstopper at this point.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Hi.
Hello. It's Temido. Sorry. So I think you have to have a premium license because I've tried it before. Yeah.
Oh, a premium license. Yeah. So if you don't have premium license, you might not be able to do this. Okay. So this is a tough one. So please, is a premium license we are talking about. Okay.
But I think he gives us a free premium if it's the first time we are using, right?
Of course, if you have not used premium before, once you enable your premium license, it allows you to use it for some days. I don't know how many days, but it should allow you to try out your premium license for some days. So just try it out and let's see. Activate your premium license, run for some days, maybe 1 month. I'm not sure, but please try out your free premium license and let's see how it flies. Okay, now on getting here, it's asking me, number one, do I want to do detect language? I think this is important to me. Or do you want to extract a phrase from your work? This is equally important. Or do I want to score the review? I would like to work on the tree. But let me start with language detection. Somebody said Spanish. Let me quote the person. Sorry, who is that person? In case it's not right, I'm going to build that guy. Who said Spanish? Before we expose what is going on. Aha! Spanish. Antonio. So let's try out what is here. If not, then you have a bill to pay. Okay, now, so on this, I have selected detect language. Now, it will ask me on which column. You can see 3 columns on my work. I want it to be on this column, the native language to use. So please help me work on this column and go ahead to do your work. So immediately I click on this. All I need to do is to wait for it to complete that process for me. Is this working? Come on. Come on. This is pretty slow, but just give it some time. it should be done. I don't even know how many transactions we have there, but this should not take long. This should not take long. So that is first thing we're trying to do to detect the language in that column called review native. So it's going to create another column for us and put there all the language that it was able to pick out. So waiting for this to run. Are you sure this is working? So let me quickly grab the data again. I don't think this is working. Grab the data again. Good. Come on. Yeah, this is the data. You want to work on the review. I'm okay with that. Good. Now from here, I want to do text analytics. This will also take his own time, but be fast about it. Be fast, be fast, be fast. And after that, come on. Okay, so please help me detect the language use. And so why can't I drop down my column on the native column? Let me detect the language that is being used. Oh, this is working. Come on, pull up my report for me now. This is taking my time. I thought I would just click and have my answer. Oh, please continue. Go ahead and continue, please. Data is talking about the data privacy, but I'm ignoring it. I just want our results to pop up. And let me say thank you for giving me my reports. Without writing a single line of code and without consulting any dictionary, let me know the native language they are all using on these data sets. Hey, thank you very much for giving me these results. Now, this is telling me something interesting. Spanish, number 2. Oh, thank you very much for giving us correct answer. So I would have said wrong, but thank you for the confirmation here. This is French language, and this is Dutch. Okay, so I don't even need to understand the language. I can just use this to tell you the language you are speaking. So this is African. Okay. I saw one, I guess it's Arabic. Let me confirm. Oh, Teji, I'm good. I'm very, very good. I did a nice guess here. This is Arabic, and we have others as well. So thank you very much. I've been able to quickly pull up the language. I might want to move it closer.
Hello, sir. Okay. Sorry for interrupting you, but I think your screen has frozen.
Oh, let me stop sharing.
So you said Dutch.
Let me stop sharing and let me come back. Confirm my screen is up now.
It's up.
Okay. So thank you. So I'm just running through the columns that was generated for me. And these are the language was able to dictate. So at least somebody said the second one is Spanish, which I've confirmed. That is good. And we have all others pull out. So with this, I can dictate the language. The second thing I would like to talk about is this review. The comments here is too much. Just help me pick the key phrase and give it to me. I don't have time to read all this review. Just tell me the key phrase or read the sentence there, the phrase there, and tell me, is it positive or negative? Help me read, study the message and tell me, it is a positive message or negative message. That is all I need to be done on this. I'm going back to my text analytics. Good. 27 minutes. So text analytics, please be fast. "28 minutes. Come on. I'm actually waiting. The screen is not frozen. I'm waiting for text analytics to load. Good. I have it on the screen now. So number 2, I'm not interested in the language anymore. I want you to pick some key phrase for me from a particular column. Now it's not asking me, give me based on the column, which column? Use the English and help me pull out the what? The phrase for me. So at those points, I will click on I am okay. So with this, within few seconds, I hope somebody will not quote me, it should pull up another column that will be having all the key phrase from the review text in English. So that is that. And I have all these right before me. I can depend on it and make use of it. So let's see what it will pull out for each of them. And imagine I need to run through all the tests and pick the keywords or key phrase from there. That's a huge work for me. This has been passed into the AI, and he has done his what? Test analytics on it, and it will come up with nice outputs. Come on. So let's wait for our report to come out. So I've done 2 things now. The first one completed, detecting the language. The second one is in process, trying to pull out key phrase from my test. And the third one, we want to do what we call sentiment analysis. Help me run through all the tests and tell me if the phrase there, the sentence there, is positive or negative. Now, look at what this has done. This is amazing. It has pulled up some key phrases there. And what are those key phrases? Lowest price, pop filter. So this company is with sales of electronics, physical equipment. And I don't have much to read here on the review, but just pick out some key phrases there. So they mention pop, they mention filter, they mention lowest price, they mention pop sound here, they mention Amazon here, they mention recording here. Now, those keywords, they are out. Old grape candy, good. That means somewhere within the work is mentioned. We can also see what a pick pull out from here. So extract key phrase. Let me see what he was able to pull out. He pulled out pop filter, he pulled out product, he pulled out smell, screen, small hint, old grape candy, nose. These are the keywords he pulled out. And look at them, not much. But let us see the complete sentence. That might be massive. Can you see this? pulling out those key words for us. And funny enough, all this came from where? From the language called Spanish. So at this point, I want to return back to my original work without the key phrase. I hope I'm back there. Oh, the language. So let me stop on the language. And finally, on this same data set, I still want to do one more test analytics. Read the preview for me and score it for me. Between 0 and 1, give me a score. Anything between 0 or anything less than 5, we classify it as negative. Around 5, you can say neutral. Anything above 5, you can classify it as positive phrase or sentence. So I need you to run through this work and tell me how many of these are positive. That's the score sentiment. On which column? Not the native column, please. Put it on this English column. Read what I have here and score it between 0 and 10. So this is going to perform what we call sentiment analysis. Analyze that particular column for me. Come up with another column that can help me with my sentiment analysis, which I can actually use to quickly understand quantitatively. Instead of reading what you have, qualitative analysis, and combine to quantitative analysis, I can perform some computation on it, look at the percentage of positive to negative, and quickly do some quick analysis, which I'm going to do, and we'll draw the curtain. So come on. This is working. Please confirm. Can you see my screen, please? So that I will not be the only one talking to myself.
Yes, you can see your screen.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
You can see your screen, sir.
Okay. So I'm working on this last one. Sentiments. Come on. So this is taking time because all the code I'm supposed to have designed, the Python code and all those stuff, I'm not writing anything. It's just a click and the work is done. Good, it's done. Now look at what it's telling me. He scored this first one as 0.2. He scored this second one as 1. 1 means what? I'm giving it to you. This is a positive statement. Now I need to do some other computation here. Based on this column, can you give me another column? Let me make this column decimal. Based on the decimal column, let me have another column. And that column should tell me either positive, negative, or neutral. For the sake of this session, please let us agree so that somebody will not quote me out there. I will tell you is agreement based on all. We all agree to do this. So what are we doing? So our agreement is this: between 0 and 0.4.
Sorry.
Yes.
Hello, sir. I think your screen has frozen again. Your screen has frozen again. Or am I the only one that is noticing this?
No, it's visible. He's writing on a PowerPoint, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
he's still showing on.
Okay, I think I'll reshare my screen.
Yeah, it's okay. Yes, we don't keep interrupting.
Between 0 and 0.4, we want to classify this as negative. Now, anything between 0.41 and 0.6, let's take it as neutral. And anything 0.6 up to 1, let's take this as what? Positive. Beautiful. Now, we want to add these 3 classes. So any phrase that's below this should be negative and so on and so forth. I want to quickly do this still on my Power Query. All I need to do on this column, I need another column based on this column. And that column, let's add a column. The column I'm adding is a column with condition. I want a column with condition. Now, what should be the column name? So let me say sentiment rate. If that one is called, let me call this one rate or status. I don't know. I did not study English in school. So just permit me. So the status of the sentiment. Now, if what? There's a column here called score sentiment. If my score sentiment is equal to no, I think the agreement is less than, come, is it less than? Yeah, less than or equals to 0.4. If it is less than or equals to, 0.4, 0.4, take this as negative, or let me write in full. Add another clause for me. Check again that sentiment score. If it is at this point less than or equals to 0.6, after cutting away 0.4, go and cut off 0.6. But this 0.6, call this one neutral. And let's have one more. Since it's the last one, why waste my energy? Any other thing that remains, call it what? Positive. So this last one I'm trying to add here, let me drop down this 3 dots and say, please go away. I don't need you. So I have just 3 columns here. Give me the positive, neutral, and what? And the negative based on what I have here. So let's try this out. Click on OK. Another column should come up. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on, come on. My time is going. Power query. Why now? 38 minutes gone. This is taking time. The screen is not frozen. It's actually holding me back. I thought I would just click and have answer showing, popping up. Good. Now, from what I have here, I have negative, positive, negative. Oh, there's so much negative here. This is not too good for me. He's not smiling at all. There's so much negative here. Why now? Oh, I love it. Somebody has said I love it. This cannot be negative. Let me go and check this. Oh, positive 0.9, 98%. This is good because I can see I love it. So they love the product. Let me look for one funny feedback. Good quality. Oh, this is good. Very good. So this should be positive as well. Let's confirm this. This is positive. Let me look for some negative, and we can read the phrase that we have there. What do you have here? So this says, makes good stuff. This is no exception. I have trusted them for years. This is not bad comment. So why conclude that is negative? Well, so that is what the model gave to me. That is negative. Or maybe I need to read everything. This is neutral. Now, based on what I have, I'm done with this stuff. I've been able to do 3 things under the sentiments. Under the test analytics. I've done the language detection. It's giving me the language in full and in the short code, the ISO code. It's also giving me the sentiment score. It pull out the what's it called for me? Some keywords, some phrase, and also finally, I'm able to do what we call the sentiment status by giving this. I can do an average. On the average, I can group these reports. I don't want to hold us any further. I said, okay, let's do what we call grouping. Group this report for us and tell us how many of these things, how many of our sentiment status count for us, how many of them do we have. So based on the sentiment status, don't just count on the average. What did they give to us? So on the average, based on the sentiment score, help me do the average based on sentiment score. I don't need this here. Delete. Based on the sentiment score, help me do the average sentiment score. Oh, I thought I have the sentiment score selected. So add another group based on sentiment score. So what should I do on the sentiment score? I'm not counting the role. I want to work out the average on the sentiment score. Sentiment score. I'll call this average sentiment. So let me just stop there. So the status, just do this tool for me. I hope this will not take another endless time to give me the summary report. So at this point, that is what test analytics can do for you within Power Query. And you can now move ahead and quickly do your conclusion. I have done virtually the 3 objects we have under the test analytics, which is the language detection, which is the phrase extraction, and which is the sentiment score. So, and after this, I finally did a grouping. I'm waiting for the grouping to come up. So like that, we just summarize. I don't know how many transactions we have here. That will just give us high-level summary of what we have. And that closes the session. So at this point, if there's any question for me, please, let's ask the question because I can see my time is up. If you have any question, oh, great. The result is out. Negative. Negative count. 66 negative. Positive. 130 positive. We are not doing bad. Neutral. 3 neutral. So my neutral on the average is 0.5. My positive on the average is 0.9. Oh, my negative on the average is 0.03. This is tough. This is not so good. Not smiling at all. So this is that. I've converted that huge transaction into this summary, and I can tell the management that based on the feedback we got, we are having people that gave us, 66 people gave us negative feedback, while 130 people gave us positive feedback, 3 of them gave us neutral feedback, and look at the average. He's not smiling at all. Thank you very much. Any question for me?
Yes.
So, awesome. What's it?
Oh, no, I had a question. That question you asked about the if it was like
Okay.
data from Twitter.
So if it's data from Twitter, how about if there's things like emoji and hyperlink? Will you need to clean it first before you analyze it?
Good. If you use data from Twitter, no problem. As long as you've connected to the data source and the data set is already within Power BI, don't bother to clean. It's still going to run through, so don't remove anything from it. It will read and pick up whatever it wants to pick from there and help you extract the phrase, decode the language, and finally give you a score based on what is written there. So it's just to look at the text. If there's image, it does not have anything to do with image. Mind you, we did not do anything on image today. We did not do anything on vision. We only work on test analytics. I hope that's clear.
Awesome. Question, you can put in the chat box below. So any question?
Okay. If there's any question, please.
So
Let's
people
add
asking.
the chat box.
Okay, so I was asking, was there a level of confidence in Power BI predicted in regards of sentiment analysis?
Okay, if you say level of confidence, so what I will just say is this: unless you build your own model, let me go back to Power BI. If I don't want to use this, I can actually have my own model that I can train with some sample data and get my score before I even come here. Now, the score, if it's giving me a score of about maybe 95%, 98%, 99%, then I can actually beat my chest based on what he has given to me. But this process I just performed here is an auto process. Now, what do I mean by auto process? He has taken my sample data to the lab, performed some experiments on it, and he has come up with the best algorithm, the best model. And the best model, he has used it against all my work and he has given me results. And what most of the time is not giving you anything less than 90% in terms of score results. So after the test in the lab, this is what he has given to you. So that's the best algorithm from his model has been actually applied on this to give me my sentiment score. And sincerely, I have used this on a lot of data from Twitter, from Facebook, for different organizations, and it has always been on the average, let me score it 85% and above. Just that because of NDA, I would not want to open any company report, but they are live there and it's doing wonderfully well. So if you go back to read some of the tests, you can also check that. So based on the result he gave to us, if you run back to read some of the comments, you can also always confirm that some of them are actually good or bad, as you have it there. But based on my rating, I will score it no less than 85%.
So awesome. Because I think it also works with the same kind of algorithm with AI Builder and Power Automate. Am I right?
Of course, it's the same thing.
Okay. Because I use it that way and it works perfectly fine. Okay, so someone's asking a question is that's Roger. It says, how can I get this kind of data from, let's say, Twitter or Facebook or other source?
Good. Now, so the first and foremost, when you are getting your data, you must know the source you are grabbing your data from. Where is that again? So new source. I want to grab my data from more. Good. Now from here, as long as the source is available here, you can directly connect your Power BI to the source. Before, we used to have Facebook, Twitter, but now what we always do now is to connect Power Automate to the Twitter account. As any tweet comes in to the Facebook account, as anything comes in, it will select it and dump it either on SharePoint list or Excel file like this. Then your Power BI is connected to the Excel file. But if you have a direct connector, so why waste time on Power Automate? Why not just connect straight from here to the source? So if the connector is here, use it. If it's not here, go through Power Automate to extract as the post and dump it somewhere where Power BI can rely on and help you do the analysis. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. So if you have any question, so someone's asking that, okay, it thinks the result is dependent on the cleanness of the data, how clean the data is.
Of course, if your data is clean, you get better results. So everybody should know that. How you lay your bed, that's the way you lie on it. If you pack broken bottle on your bed, then expect to sleep on it that way. But if you wear laid and clean, then you enjoy it. So that is that.
Okay. So Bela is saying that you can also web crawl from Power and Python developer environment. I think that's true.
Of course, of course, of
That's
course.
true. That's true.
As developers, Python developer or R developer, so you can actually grab your data source from Python script. So just get your scripts that can connect to the data source and dump here. Once you have that, the data fall into place immediately, and you start doing your cleaning and your what's it called, test analytics on it. So that is that. And if you are not using Python, if you are using R scripts, you can equally do the same thing with R scripts.
Yeah.
So you can also do the same thing with R scripts. As long as you can write a script to do your connection to the data source, please, that is all. You might not even bother to do anything with what's it called, Power Automate. So you can just do whatever you want to do straight up. So why I say Power Automate, this environment is a low code, no code environment. Lazy people like us that does not want to write any code, just rely on it. And that's all. Thank you. Any other question, please?
Any other question? Okay, so the two last questions I said you're going to answer. That was how you start your own, should I say the old cloud journey or the old data journey now? And what advice you have for people just starting out in the field?
Yeah, so my data journey started, I used to be a developer, let me say that. I developed software for a lot of companies. So I have my accounting software, I have my health insurance software, I built softwares in those days. But I observed something. One of my clients, when I was building software for him, they engaged a new accountant, a chartered accountant, and this accountant came from another company, Oracle. That's the company came from. And imagine a company employing a man from an accountant from Oracle. Immediately he resumed that company. He told them that, look, this report I'm seeing is not the type of report I want to see. I want to see a dashboard report. This is 2008. I've never in my life built dashboard reports until 2008. We've been building reports using Crystal reports, data reports. So we build reports using Access. Those are the type of reports we build, or we use Excel. But this man said, look, I don't want this type of report. I don't want pixelated reports. I want a dashboard report. And I told myself, I'm in soup. What will I do? I asked man, can you sketch out what you want? He started drawing a screen. I want at the top corner of the screen, the total revenue. Yeah, okay. When he finished, I built my very first dashboard using Microsoft Excel. Connected Excel to, SSRS, thank you. That's another tool we used to build reports in those days, SSRS Crystal reports. Now, but for the first time, the man said, to forget all these reports, pixelated report you are giving. I need a dashboard report. So we need to now build up a report on Excel dashboard screen and connect Excel to a data source, SQL Server, and right there on Excel, did that same design, and we implemented refresh immediately. And immediately we finished, it was like magic. The man said, yes, this is exactly what I needed. This is a dashboard. I said, So then I finished the dashboard, and I found that this is taking more of my attention. We've been building data software, but we've never concentrated on dashboard. For the first time, I saw the importance of insights. Wow, the man was just telling me, look at the glass, I can see what's happening here. This color red is telling me this. I said, oh, since 2008, I started building more of dashboard.
Wow.
Before I know it, I found that I'm no more a developer. And when Power BI came out, it was like, whoa, a lifesaver is here. So since around 2015, we started building dashboard using Power BI. But before then, we were doing things around Excel and Tableau. But we started using Power BI. Until today, Power BI is a lifesaver. So that's how I find myself in the data analytics world, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing till today. For the newcomers, please, I will tell you, we are still short of data analysts worldwide. That is most organizations go online. Is one of the data is one of the sorted after career out there. So number two, not necessarily changing your career path, please. I don't care what you do. Data analysis, data analytics can actually fit in. You might be an HR personnel. Of course, with the knowledge of data, you can boost what you do on HR. You can start doing things around HR metrics and analytics. You can be a salesperson or marketer. Then you can bring in what you call market analytics.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of analysis there. Not pulling out from that career path totally. You are using data to at least to step up. You are not doing things the way things have been done before. You are doing things in a strategic way. So for newcomers, you are welcome into the data world. And what I always tell you is this: whatsoever you want to become, you can get there. Spend time, study, do research, join community like this, ask questions, get people to guide you. We don't have people to guide us. We spend time, we struggle, but we got there. But now it's easy. You can easily climb and you can get a lot of things done without stress. So that is that. So you are welcome. I will tell you, it's a good start. Community like this helps you, and study to add more value to yourself. Definitely you will get there. Thank you very much. Any other question?
Awesome. 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 I don't think there's any question again. So I'll just say thank you for honoring our invitation, and do have a lovely week ahead. So everyone, can I say a message? Okay, yeah, they said thanks a lot. So everybody's saying thank you for an awesome section.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So bye. Have a lovely week ahead. Bye, guys.
Wish you safe. Bye.